Alright, Piss and Vinegar Day 14, back and rear delts. So, doing the super wide grip pull-ups again. Um, because I'm in the last stage of my cut, I'm kind of just experimenting with training because I'm not making any progression on any movements. So, I'm just doing kind of lots of different variations on different days, nothing really consistent. I just want to take this time where I'm not progressively overloading to experiment, get something out of my training essentially. So, I'm experimenting again with these super wide grip ring pull-ups. They're really fucking hard, man. Like on a normal bar pull-up, I probably get 15 to 18 reps. Whereas with these, I don't know how many I got, but I don't think I got more than 10. So yeah, they're really hard. They're way harder, especially because I'm so bicep dominant. These actually force me to use my lats. And then I do some force reps with the chair. My dog was trying to jump up and give me some added weight, which was cool of him, but I didn't need it because I was already struggling pretty hard. And then I do a rest pause. I rested about 20 seconds and then went for a few more reps. But yeah, I feel these a lot more in my lats than my biceps, contrary to every other every other pull-up variation I do. I feel them heavily in the brachialis, so I'm digging these so far. Although I'm very weak at them, which is probably a good thing. The fact I'm weak at them means I'm probably engaging my lats more than my biceps. So, put the ego aside, don't really give a shit, just trying to hit my lats as much as I can. I'm trying to get a wide manta ray back. Trying to get to the point where I can't reach my back when I wash my back in the I already can't, but make it even worse. Get to the point where I can't wipe my own ass, that's the goal. And then I'm just doing heaps of drop sets, heaps of rest pauses, heaps of force reps here. I'm just crushing the back because I have such a hard time feeling the mind muscle connection, so I need a lot of drop sets. So even though I'm a high intensity guy, by all intents and purposes I'm doing more volume than the average Joe doing volume training, except everything's taken to failure because that's how you grow, that's how you get the optimal stimulus. And that was it, that was the last set there for it. I think that's like 6 sets in total really, all sets taken to failure. Not full sets, but you know what I mean. And then I do some cable rows. I haven't done these in a while because previously I'd do these and I wasn't really I'm not a huge fan of them. I used to feel them really well and then all of a sudden I didn't. And it was, as I said yesterday, if I do a movement every day or every week, I start to find that I lose my muscle connection on that movement. Whereas if I switch things up, I keep them fresh. So haven't done this in a while, and I decided today to drop the weight. One, because I've lost heaps of strength in this movement. I used to cable row 90 kilos. This is like 65, 70, so that was really saddening. But also, I went lighter than I would normally be able to take anyway, and then just did a totally strict form, like huge stretch at the bottom, no momentum on the way up, just pulling purely through the elbows. So I got way less reps than I thought. But unlike in previous, months where I would do cable rows and didn't feel it as much, I actually felt these a lot more today. So again, need to go out of the door and really just focusing on pulling through the elbows and rather than contracting the biceps. The problem with these cable rows is, as you can see, I don't actually have a cable row machine. I have like a functional trainer. So the cable is actually at an incline, which one, makes me quite a bit weaker at them. And then two, it puts your elbows in a slight bend, so you get a bit of a bicep contraction versus when the cable is below you or kind of directly parallel to your arms. Your elbows aren't bending like they're bending obviously, but they're not. You're not contracting the bicep as much because your elbow, your hand angle relative to your elbow is a bit lower. So this isn't optimal to start with because of the cable angle, but work with what I've got. One day I'll get a cable row machine and probably work a lot better. So I do 3 drop sets here. On the last drop set, I get one of the lat pull down bars. That way I can do higher rows, get the rear delts activated more. And then as a variation drop set, I do underhand where you're a bit stronger because the biceps get involved a little bit more. So yeah, like 2 to 3 drop sets here. And these are pretty good, a bit better than usual. Although I do prefer the bent over V-bar rows at the moment. But who knows, that might switch. I might start finding my mind muscle connection is better on the rows, on the cable rows soon. Like it's so weird for me. I don't know what it is, but it changes, year to year. My mind muscle connection changes. It's very maybe it's psychosomatic. And now I'm doing cable pullovers just to finish off the lats. Yeah, these are pretty good. I never used to feel these. Again, another example of a movement that I never used to feel at all in my lats, and now I feel them very optimally in my lats. They're a home stay. So I like these. Obviously, it'd be better if I could do a machine pullover like the Dorian Yates of old, but these are really good. If you can get the mind muscle connection on these down, they're real fucking. They burn hell bad. You can feel them heaps in the lats, and you can feel them a lot in the serratus, which a lot of people don't really get the serratus or serratus trained optimally. And then last exercise, doing some chest supported rear delt raises. Haven't done these before. Normally do these just bent over, but I decided to give these a go. And I tried these last week, I think it was, with a drop set and liked them. So this session, I decided to do the straight working set, the first working set, chest supported. And I got way less reps, way less weight, but I felt my rear delts popping a lot more. So I actually dig these. I'll probably implement these too. They're the next best thing to like a cable rear delt flyer on the pec deck machine. The pec deck machine, sometimes you can kind of invert them and do rear delts. I don't have one of those, unfortunately, so this is the next best thing. And then this way I can drop set the same weight by just getting a higher chest angle and getting more reps with some momentum. And then I do a drop set and keep on going. And yeah, I mean, I never used to be able to develop my rear delts at all. Like only just recently when I started doing high intensity about a year ago, the first two things that grew the most were my rear delts and side delts. Previously, I'd do all this volume on my side and rear delts, never developed a fucking thing to see. Now I'm just doing, well, it's not one set to failure anymore because I do a lot of drop sets. I'm kind of the king of drop sets at this point, but now I'm doing mainly just one set to failure with a few drop sets at the tail end. And my side and rear delts have made mad developments from doing that. Among other muscles, but especially the delts. So these are good. And then, yeah, that's it. That was like a 20-minute workout. My back workout is probably my shortest workout, even though it's the biggest muscle. And then doing a bit of posing. Still do not know how to pose, but what it is what it is. I'll learn one day. Anyway, see you guys for more piss and vinegar tomorrow. Bye-bye.